Hey Reddit, I never thought I'd be the one writing a post like this, but here I am, pouring my heart out to strangers on the internet. I cheated on my partner, and it's the biggest regret of my life. I'm hoping that by sharing my story, I can help someone out there avoid making the same mistakes. This is a long read, but I believe it's worth it. My partner, Alex, and I had what seemed like the perfect relationship. We met in college, and our connection was instant. We shared similar interests, laughed at each other's jokes, and supported one another through thick and thin. Friends would often say we were #relationship goals, and for a long time, it felt that way. We moved in together after graduation and started building a life. We got a dog, traveled, and talked about our future. Everything was going well, or so it seemed. Our relationship was the epitome of what I thought true love was. We had that initial spark, the butterflies in the stomach, the late-night conversations about our dreams and fears. Alex was my rock, my best friend, and my confidant. I remember thinking that I had found my forever person, and it filled me with a sense of security and happiness. As we built our life together, we tackled every challenge as a team. Whether it was dealing with financial stress, supporting each other through career changes, or simply finding the time to enjoy each other's company amidst our busy schedules, we always made it work. Our bond seemed unbreakable, and I felt incredibly lucky to have Alex by my side. Looking back, I can see where things began to drift. Life got busy. Work, stress, and routine started to wear us down. We stopped making time for each other. Date nights became rare, and our conversations turned more about logistics and less about dreams and feelings. I didn't realize it then, but we were slowly drifting apart. It started subtly. We both had demanding jobs, and as we focused more on our careers, we began to spend less quality time together. Our evenings, once filled with laughter and deep conversations, turned into tired exchanges about mundane tasks and schedules. I missed the emotional intimacy we used to share, but I didn't know how to fix it. Our weekends, which were once reserved for adventures and bonding, became filled with errands and catching up on work. We were physically present but emotionally distant. I started to feel like we were more like roommates than partners. The spark that had once ignited our relationship was slowly fading, and I felt powerless to stop it. Around this time, I reconnected with an old friend, Sarah. We met for coffee to catch up, and it was nice to talk to someone who remembered the old me, before life got so complicated. Our casual meetups became more frequent. Sarah was going through a tough time, and I felt good being there for her. She made me feel valued and important, something I hadn't felt in a while. Sarah and I had a history that predated my relationship with Alex. We were friends in college, and there was always a bit of chemistry between us. But the timing was never right. Reconnecting with her felt like rediscovering a part of myself that I had lost. Our conversations were easy and fun, and I found myself looking forward to our meetings more and more. As my connection with Sarah grew stronger, the distance between Alex and me widened. I began to confide in Sarah about my relationship troubles, and she offered a sympathetic ear. It felt good to have someone who understood me, someone who made me feel appreciated. I didn't realize it then, but I was already on a dangerous path. One night, after a few too many drinks, Sarah and I crossed the line. We kissed, and that kiss quickly escalated into a full-blown affair. At first, I justified it to myself. I told myself that Alex and I were practically strangers living under the same roof, and Sarah made me feel alive again. But deep down, I knew it was wrong. Every time I saw Alex, I felt a pang of guilt. Yet, I didn't stop. The affair continued for months. I was living a double life, and the weight of my lies started to crush me. The affair with Sarah was exhilarating and intoxicating. It felt like a secret escape from the monotony and emotional void of my relationship with Alex. We would sneak around, stealing moments together whenever we could. The thrill of the forbidden added to the excitement, and I was addicted to the rush. However, the guilt and shame were always lurking in the background. I started to feel paranoid, constantly worried that Alex would find out. The stress of keeping such a big secret took a toll on me. I couldn't look Alex in the eye without feeling a wave of remorse. Despite this, I couldn't bring myself to end the affair. I was caught in a cycle of deceit and self-destruction. Eventually, I couldn't take it anymore. The guilt was eating me alive. I knew I had to come clean, no matter the consequences. One evening, I sat Alex down and confessed everything. I told them about Sarah, the affair, and my deep regret. Alex was devastated. Seeing the pain in their eyes broke me. I wanted to take it all back, but it was too late. The damage was done. Telling Alex the truth was the hardest thing I've ever done. I could see the betrayal and hurt etched on their face, and it shattered me. They had trusted me, loved me, and I had thrown it all away for a fleeting moment of excitement. In that moment, I realized the full extent of my selfishness and the destruction I had caused. During the affair, I was on an emotional roller coaster. I felt alive and exhilarated when I was with Sarah, but the moments of joy were fleeting and always followed by a crushing wave of guilt. I would look at Alex, who trusted me completely, and feel a profound sense of shame. I was betraying not only their trust but also the love and life we had built together. I found myself making endless excuses to justify my behavior. I told myself that Alex and I were already drifting apart, that the relationship was doomed, and that Sarah was filling a void that Alex couldn't. But deep down, I knew these were just rationalizations to make my actions seem less reprehensible. The paranoia was intense. I was constantly looking over my shoulder, fearing that Alex would discover my betrayal. Every innocent question from Alex felt like an interrogation, and I would overreact to small things. Fearing they had found out. The stress of living a double life was unbearable, and it started to affect my work and my mental health. Alex moved out the next day. The silence in our apartment was deafening. Friends and family found out, and the judgment was swift. I felt like I had lost everything and everyone. But I knew I deserved it. I had betrayed the person I loved most. In the weeks that followed, I tried to piece my life back together. I started therapy, hoping to understand why I had done what I did. I learned a lot about myself, my insecurities, my fears, and my flaws. I realized that I had been seeking validation outside of my relationship instead of addressing the issues within it. Therapy was a game changer for me. My therapist helped me understand the deeper issues that had led me to cheat. We explored my past relationships and family dynamics, uncovering patterns that had influenced my behavior. I realized that my need for validation stemmed from a deep-seated fear of inadequacy and a lack of self-worth. We also worked on developing healthier coping mechanisms. Instead of seeking validation from others, I learned to find it within myself. I started practicing self-compassion and mindfulness, which helped me become more attuned to my emotions and needs. One of the most valuable exercises we did was the empty chair technique, where I would imagine Alex sitting in front of me and express my feelings of guilt, remorse, and apology. This exercise was incredibly cathartic and helped me prepare for the real conversation with Alex. I reached out to Alex to get their perspective on this post, and they graciously agreed to share their thoughts. Alex described the initial shock and disbelief they felt when I confessed. They had trusted me implicitly and never imagined I would betray them in such a way. The pain of that betrayal was immense, and it took a long time for them to process their emotions. Alex also shared their journey of healing. They sought therapy as well and found it immensely helpful in dealing with the trauma of infidelity. Their therapist helped them work through feelings of anger, sadness, and betrayal, and eventually, they reached a place of acceptance and forgiveness. Forgiving me was one of the hardest things Alex has ever done, but they did it not just for me, but for themselves. Holding on to anger and resentment was toxic, and letting go allowed them to move forward and heal. Alex emphasized that forgiveness is not about condoning the behavior but about freeing oneself from the burden of holding on to pain. Rebuilding our relationship was a long and arduous process. We had to start from scratch and rebuild the trust that had been shattered. We set some ground rules to guide us through this process. Transparency. We agreed to be completely transparent with each other. This meant no more secrets or lies, no matter how small. Transparency was crucial in rebuilding trust. Communication. We committed to open and honest communication. We would talk about our feelings, concerns, and any issues that arose. This helped us address problems before they could fester and grow. Therapy. We continued individual therapy and also started couples therapy. Our therapist helped us navigate the complexities of rebuilding our relationship and provided us with tools to improve our communication and emotional intimacy. Patience. We understood that healing takes time, and we were patient with each other. There were setbacks and difficult days, but we remained committed to working through them together. Self-care. We made self-care a priority. Taking care of our mental and emotional well-being helped us show up as better partners for each other. Today, Alex and I are in a better place. We're not the same people we were before the affair, but we've grown. Our relationship is stronger because we've faced our issues head-on. It wasn't an easy journey, and there's still work to be done, but we're moving forward together. We've learned to prioritize our relationship and make time for each other. We continue to communicate openly and honestly, addressing any issues that arise before they become bigger problems. We've also learned to appreciate and value each other in ways we hadn't before. Our bond is deeper and more resilient because of the challenges we've overcome. If you're reading this and you're tempted to cheat, please, think about the consequences. Think about the person you love and the pain it will cause. Cheating might seem like a quick fix, but it's not worth the long-term damage. And if you've already cheated, know that it's not the end. Take responsibility, seek help, and work towards making amends. It's a hard road, but redemption is possible. Thank you for reading my story. I hope it helps someone out there. If you have any questions or need someone to talk to, feel free to reach out. We're all human, and we all make mistakes. It's what we do after those mistakes that define us. Stay strong, Reddit. If you're struggling with infidelity, either as the one who cheated or the one who was cheated on, here are some resources and steps that might help. Seek therapy. Professional help can provide valuable insights and support. Therapy can help you understand the underlying issues and develop healthier coping mechanisms. Communicate. Open and honest communication is essential. Talk about your feelings, fears, and needs with your partner. Address issues early on to prevent them from escalating. Take responsibility. Own up to your mistakes and take responsibility for your actions. Apologize sincerely and make amends. Rebuild trust. Rebuilding trust takes time and effort. Be transparent, honest, and patient. Show through your actions that you are committed to change. Self-care. Take care of your mental and emotional well-being. Practice self-compassion and mindfulness. Healing is a journey, and self-care is an important part of it. If you've been cheated on, know that it's okay to feel hurt, angry, and betrayed. Seek support from friends, family, or a therapist. You deserve to heal and move forward, whether that means repairing the relationship or moving on. If you're the one who cheated, take responsibility for your actions and seek help. Redemption is possible, but it requires sincere effort and commitment to change. Be patient with yourself and your partner as you work through the healing process. I hope this post resonates with those who need it and provides a path forward for anyone dealing with the pain of infidelity. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like and subscribe, please, and check out my other video on your left. Do you have any similar stories and experiences? Drop a comment below. Thanks for watching and I'll see you in the next one.